If you're over 50 and you've thought about starting a YouTube channel, but there's this little voice in your head saying, who would even want to listen to me? This video is for you. Because I think a lot of us reach a certain age and quietly decide that maybe our stories don't matter anymore. Maybe we're not interesting enough. Maybe we don't have the right look, the right voice, the right personality, or the right confidence. And then we look at YouTube and think, how could I ever do that? How could I put myself on camera? How could I talk to strangers? How could I be successful on YouTube when I've never been the kind of person who liked attention? And I want to start there because I think this is the part nobody says clearly enough. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room to be good on YouTube. You don't have to be popular or polished or naturally confident. You just have to be willing to talk to one person. And that's very different because making a YouTube video isn't the same as standing up in front of a crowd. And once I finally understood that, everything started to feel a little less terrifying. Hi, I'm Kathy, and I started YouTube at 55 with no tech background, no fancy setup, and a whole lot of nerves. And if you've been wanting to start, but the thought of putting yourself on camera makes your stomach drop, I want to talk to you today the way that I wish somebody would have talked to me. Because camera confidence after 50 doesn't start with becoming fearless. It starts with understanding what you're actually doing. And what you're doing is not performing for a crowd. You're talking to one person who needs what you know. I need to tell you something about me. I was terrified of speaking in public. And I don't mean a little nervous. I mean terrified. When I was growing up, if I had to get in front of my class, my whole body would react. I would shake. My voice would stammer. My mind would go blank. And sometimes I felt like I would pass out. And it wasn't just when I was younger. Even later as an adult, having to speak in a meeting or in front of people could still make me feel that same panic. The room would feel too bright. Everybody's faces would look like they were staring right at me. And suddenly, I couldn't think like a normal person anymore. I was too busy thinking, are they judging me? Do I sound stupid? Can they tell how nervous I am? What if I mess this up? So when people say, just get on camera, I understand why that sounds simple to some people and absolutely horrifying to others. Because for a lot of us, being seen hasn't always felt safe. Being watched hasn't always felt comfortable. Speaking out loud hasn't always felt easy. And if you grew up shy or anxious or always feeling like other people were more interesting than you, then the idea of starting a YouTube channel can feel ridiculous. Like, who do I think I am? But here's the shift that helped me. YouTube isn't a classroom. It's not like a meeting room. YouTube isn't standing in front of a crowd of people who all know you. You're not walking to the front of the room while everyone turns around and stares. That's not what this is. When someone watches your video, they're usually watching alone. Maybe they're sitting on their couch. Maybe they're at their kitchen table. Maybe they're folding laundry. And maybe they're on their lunch break. And even if your video gets 100 views or 1,000 views, those people are not all standing in a room together looking at you. They're pressing play one at a time, at different times, in different places, and for different reasons. There is only ever one person watching you in that moment. And that matters because you're not talking to the internet. You're not talking to a stadium. You're not talking to a room full of people waiting for you to mess up. You're talking to one person who clicked because something in your title or thumbnail made them think, maybe this is for me. That changes everything because now you don't have to perform. You don't have to impress everybody. You don't have to win over the whole world. You just have to help one person feel a little less alone, a little less confused, or a little more capable than they did before they clicked. And I think that's where camera confidence really starts. Not with thinking, how do I make everyone like me? But with asking, who am I trying to help? Because the truth is, there are people out there who need to hear something in the exact way that only you can say it. And I know that might sound dramatic, but I really believe that. There's something that you've lived through, something you've learned, something you've survived, something that you figured out the hard way. Maybe it's grief. Maybe it's starting over. Maybe it's being a parent or a caregiver. Maybe it's getting sober. Maybe it's going through a divorce. Maybe learning technology later in life, or just how to keep going when life doesn't look like how you thought it would. Whatever it is, somebody else is standing where you used to stand. Somebody else is searching for the thing you already had to learn. Somebody else is wondering, am I the only one? And when you finally say, no, you're not, that matters. That's worth listening to. And this is where I think people our age get stuck. We think, I'm not interesting. But interesting isn't always what people are looking for. Sometimes they're looking for honest. Sometimes they're looking for clear. Sometimes they're looking for someone who doesn't make them feel stupid. Sometimes they're looking for a person close enough to their own age that they finally think, okay, maybe I can do this too. You don't have to be the most fascinating person on the internet. You just have to be useful to the right person. You have to be real enough that they believe in you. And honestly, that's one of the advantages of starting after 50. You've lived. You've made mistakes. You've changed your mind. You've had to keep going when things didn't go according to plan. You have stories. You have perspective. You have a way of explaining things that comes from actually living through them. And no 22-year-old can fake that. That doesn't mean younger creators don't have value. Of course they do. But you have value too. And I think we forget that. We get so used to thinking of ourselves as behind that we forget that we're also carrying experience. We forgot that some people aren't looking for the youngest voice in the room. They're looking for the voice that makes them feel understood. And that voice might be yours. Now, does that mean the first time you record a video, you're going to feel completely natural? Probably not. You might feel awkward. You might hate the sound of your own voice. You might restart the same sentence 14 times like I do. You might look at the camera and suddenly forget every word that you were going to say. That doesn't mean you're bad at this. It means you're new. And being new feels uncomfortable, especially when you're doing something visible. But there's a difference between discomfort and danger. Your brain may treat the camera like it's a room full of people judging you, but it isn't. It's a lens. It's quiet. It's not interrupting you. It's not rolling its eyes. It's not whispering to the next person. It's just sitting there. And you can stop. You can start over. You can delete it. You can take a breath. You can record it again tomorrow. That's the gift of video. Public speaking happens live. YouTube doesn't have to. You get to make mistakes in private before anyone ever sees it. You get to practice. You get to edit. You get to choose what stays. You get to decide when you're ready to upload. So if your fear is coming from old memories of standing in front of a classroom or speaking in front of a meeting or feeling exposed in front of people who already knew you, I want you to separate those things. That was public speaking. This isn't the same thing. This is storytelling. This is teaching. It's sharing. This is sitting in a quiet place and talking to one person who needs help. So here's what I want you to try. Before you record your first real video, don't think about subscribers or views. Don't think about going viral. Don't think about whether your hair looks perfect or whether your background looks professional. Think about one person who needs what you know. Maybe it's someone your age who feels scared to start. Maybe it's someone younger who needs to hear what you wish you had known. Maybe it's someone going through the same problem you already came through. Maybe it's your daughter or your grandson. Maybe it's a stranger who's going to find your video 2 years from now at the exact right time. Talk to that person. Not everyone, one person. You can even start your script like this. If you're struggling with this, I want you to know that one sentence can calm you down because you're not trying to sound like a YouTuber. You're trying to help somebody. And helping somebody feels different than performing. Another thing I want you to think about is this. Your videos may become something more important than you realize. I think about this sometimes. What if your kids or grandkids watch your videos 30 or 40 years from now? What if they get to hear your voice and see how you thought? What if they get to understand what you cared about? What if they get to see you, not just as mom or grandpa, or the person who took care of everyone, but as a whole person with ideas and stories and things to say? That alone is powerful because Even if a video doesn't get a lot of views, it still becomes proof that you were here, that you tried something, that you had a voice, that you were still learning, that you were still becoming. And I don't know about you, but I think that matters. I think there's something beautiful about deciding at this age that you're not done being heard, you're not done being seen, you're not done contributing, you're not done beginning. And maybe camera confidence after 50 isn't really about looking confident. Maybe it's about finally believing you're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to speak. You're allowed to start before you feel ready. You're allowed to be new at something. You're allowed to make a video with your phone in a quiet corner of your house and say, here's what I know. Here's what I learned. Here's what helped me. That's enough to begin. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't have anything worth listening to, I want you to ask yourself a different question. What have I been through that someone else is going through right now? What do I know now that I wish someone had explained to me sooner? What problem have I solved even imperfectly? What story keeps coming back to me? What do people ask me for help with? What have I learned the hard way? That is where your first video might be hiding. Not in trying to be impressive, not in trying to be trendy or pretending to be someone you're not, but in telling the truth about something you actually understand. You don't need to be fully healed to help someone. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have every answer. Sometimes the most helpful thing you can say is, I'm figuring this out too, and here's what's helping me so far. That's honest. That's human. And people connect with that because most people aren't looking for a perfect person. They're looking for someone who makes them feel like they can take the next step. So for your next step, keep it simple. Find a quiet place. Put your phone on a tripod or on a stack of books or whatever you have. Look at the lens like one person is sitting across from you. Take a breath and tell the truth. Tell one story. Teach one lesson. Answer one question. Help one person. That's it. Not the whole internet. One person. And if your voice shakes, let it shake. If you stumble, start again. If you feel awkward, welcome to being new. That doesn't mean you're not meant for this. It means you're brave enough to do something before it feels comfortable. And that's where confidence comes from. Not before, after. Confidence comes after you do the scary thing a few times and realize, hey, I survived. It comes after you record and delete. It comes after you post and nothing terrible happens. It comes after one person says, I needed this. It comes after you prove to yourself that you can show up even while feeling nervous. So no, you don't have to be popular to start YouTube. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to be young. You don't have to be the person who loved speaking in front of class. You can be the person who used to shake, stammer, and feel like passing out. You can be the person who avoided attention. You can be the person who never thought anyone would listen. And you can still become someone's answer. Because somewhere out there, someone is waiting for the thing only you can say in the way only you can say it. They may not know your name yet. They may not know that your channel exists yet, but they're searching. And your job isn't to be perfect. Your job is to be brave enough to press record. I'm Kathy. I started YouTube at 55. And if you've been waiting until you feel confident, I hope this is your sign to start before confidence shows up. Because confidence isn't the starting point. It's what you build by starting. And in the next video, I'll talk about what to actually say when you sit down to record your first video. Because sometimes the hardest part isn't turning on the camera. It's knowing what comes out of your mouth after you do. I'll see you in the next one.